Hi Bumbleland, how you doing? It's me, Uncle Bumble. We're out on a little trip out today. I brought Connor. Say hi, Connor.
Hello.
There's Connor. And we're out in sunny Eastbourne, and it is sunny Eastbourne. And what we're doing today, we are visiting a young friend of mine. Now this young guy, he has got the biggest UK collection of Mr. Men. So we're going to go and say hello to him in a minute. He's actually trying to build a museum and mini theme park here in Eastbourne, so he needs lots of help to get backing for it. But let's meet him and see what happens. It's a good job he doesn't say no cold callers, isn't it?
Hello.
Hello Ben, how you doing, buddy?
How you doing? Good,
to see you. Right,
Mr. Ben here.
Mr. Ben with his Mr. Men collection. Let's all go in. Come and follow us, guys. Come and follow us.
Follow. Around the corner. Whoop. And here we go.
Right, here we are in the Mr. Men cave. So here's Ben, and this is a few items from his collection. Ben, so how long have you been collecting these?
I've been collecting these Mr. Men and Little Mess since I was knee height.
So how long in years do you think?
In years, since I was about maybe 4 or 5?
4 or 5, and you're what now, 20?
28.
28 now. So he's been collecting these 24 years, guys, okay? Now, what was the first thing you got?
First thing
have you got it here?
The first thing I got, and I have got it here, is a big black sack full of Mr. Men McDonald's toys. And as you can see, there is a Mr. Men McDonald's display right here.
So that's amazing, because they're quite hard to get hold of now, aren't they?
Yeah.
You can't get them. So yeah, oh that's wicked. And yeah. Oh look, all the. Who's this one, Ben?
Mr. Clever.
Mr. Clever. Well, it's definitely not me then, guys, is it? Right. Okay. And we got the little misses in there as well.
Yeah, we got the little misses. So you know.
And what's this other
the
other display we've got here?
There's another McDonald's display, but from a few years later.
And that's the books, isn't it?
Yeah, the actual books.
Oh
There's the
wow.
whole display, and I can show you some of my rarest items of my collection.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Nice
That'd
rare
be good.
pieces. What we
Right,
have.
we're going to get the rare items coming up now.
Okay.
So,
This one, that is the only one in the world. I'll be surprised if there's anyone out there in the world that's got one of these. Now, if Bumble reads it off, and I'll
Right.
tell you a bit about it.
if you don't keep your pencils in it, I'll come and bump you.
Now,
Right,
the
okay.
reason why there is only one in the world is because they were all withdrawn.
Oh,
And that is because of political correctness. And
Oh,
that was
because of
way
the-
back in the 70s. And if you
Yeah.
think,
there was no political correctness in the 70s, guys.
not so much then.
No.
And now political correctness has gone mad, but that was just back in the 70s.
Yeah, oh my
You know,
goodness.
and we've called it.
So, guys, we're going to issue a little Bumble challenge here. I want to see if anyone can actually find another one. Right, if you can, we'll look towards buying it. And then again, we might not. It depends. If it's more than £1.50, I'm stuffed. Right, okay, guys.
Do you want to see
So-
a couple more items?
We'll look at some more items, Ben, but what I want to know from you, okay, I've got a couple of questions, and these are very important questions. The first one,
Okay.
what is your favourite Mr. Man?
My favourite Mr. Man is Mr. Silly because I'm silly.
All right, okay. I thought for some reason, because you keep on about one particular character more than any other to me, and I noticed you've got a lot more of him than you have with most of them, and that's Mr. Bump. So I thought he might have been is he your second?
He is about my third favourite because I really love Mr. Small. I think he's but they didn't do as much merchandise of Mr. Small as a lot of the other characters.
Yeah.
So therefore,
Which is quite strange, I suppose. Right. And another question as well. If you could be a Mr. Man, which Mr. Man would you want to be? And I'm guessing it's Mr. Small.
I'm guessing it's Mr. Silly.
Mr. Silly. But you said you're silly already.
So there you go.
Come here, guys, look. He's got some Mr. Men fruit gums. Are they still in there?
No.
Oh, Ben.
But
Oh,
it is a very vintage packet.
it's a very vintage
It's like-
packet indeed.
Yeah.
So there was another question, but I've forgotten what it was now.
We can look at a few more items if you like.
That would be absolutely brilliant.
Right, okay, I can show you my most expensive item,
The most expensive item.
which is Mr. Men crackers. And these were from the 70s. And you really don't want to know how much they cost.
We do, because that's what we asked.
These cost £162.
Oh my goodness, hold on. How many in there? 10, isn't it? Right, hold on, take my shoes and socks off. At £16.20 a cracker. And I bet you haven't pulled any of them, have you?
No.
No,
And you can
I
see
wouldn't either.
inside.
Oh my
I'll show you
goodness. He's
inside.
going to show us the
We'll
inside
put
of the
them down on
box,
the bed
guys.
so that we can, and we'll do a zoomy in.
Oh my goodness. And they don't do those sort of things now. So that's really,
70s.
that was back in the 70s. There was a lot of, I always remember the Mr. Men from the 70s. I was born in the 60s, so, oh, goodness me. It's just amazing.
And I'll show you quickly. What they did is they did the Mr. Men ones first, and then they went and did Mr. Men and Little Miss.
And they were a bit cheaper, I should imagine.
Yeah.
So, oh, that is a... What is your most recent edition, Beck?
My most recent edition.
Well, let's turn this round so it suits out. Because in case people don't know, it's actually the 50th anniversary of the Mr. Man. He's got his nice balloons there.
Yep.
Right, so what was your most recent
My
edition?
most recent edition was actually, I can get it down here, is these two plastic cups, and they are in a foreign language.
Oh, crikey. Cuba secret. I don't know. I can say that. It's all Greek to me, or Russian, or whatever it is. There we go. That's amazing.
There you go.
And I've seen some items here. Now these are quite rare. These are your books with your tapes in. Now for you guys, for you guys there, the little ones, these were before CDs, right? And you had this player and it had a little spool in it. And if the tape came out, you used to have to put a pencil in and wind it all back in. Yeah, I know. Oh dear. That was, and I think Jonah had these on the Ark. I'm not sure. But you've got a Mr. Men train set as well, Ben.
Yeah, I can pick that up for you.
It's got so many different bits.
And I'll show you something else in a minute that you'll like that one. But here's the Mr. Men train set. That's again from the 70s. So,
and it originally cost £4.50.
A lot of my Mr. Men stuff came from that well-known famous auction site.
What's that?
The well-known famous auction site we can't say.
Oh, we're not allowed to say it? Right, okay. What,
I think everyone will know what...
Echo Bravo. Right, okay. And look, who's that one? Mr.
Slow.
Mr. Slow.
And they're hot water bottles.
Yeah.
And at the moment, I haven't got them all down here in this room, but
you've got the whole collection.
The whole collection in storage.
Oh my goodness.
So
now, guys,
there's 3 of them
when
there.
we look
we'll
around,
show all 3.
Yeah, there's 3 of these. Yeah, we'll show all 3. You hold that one, then, Ben, and I'll get the other 2.
We'll pass them across.
Right.
Pop them on the bed.
That's Mr. Silly, isn't it?
No, that's Mr. Tickle. Long
Mr.
arms
Tickle.
and orange and with a blue hat.
I don't know, do I?
We're going to learn.
And that's
We're
Mr.
gonna
Strong?
teach you. No, that is Mr. Noisy.
Mr. Noisy. Oh,
Very loud.
That sounds a bit like your daughter Ella. That's Little Miss Noisy.
Big mouth like you though.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Right. But one of my favourite items, I've got to say, looking at it, is in here. And that is your puppets.
Ah, these puppets again came from.
They're not Pelham puppets, are they? No.
They are the type that go like that.
Yeah, the string puppets.
String puppets, yeah. And then you've got a little lever which wiggles them back and forth.
Yeah. Oh, crikey, can you just grab one over?
I can grab one of the puppets.
Take the one at the back, and then we'll have a look at that one.
I'll grab the one nearest to me, I think.
Grab Mr. Tickle.
Mr. Tickle, yeah, bright and orange. Ooh, there we go, very clever. And again...
And they've got very long arms with it.
You mustn't take them out of their boxes, that's the whole idea of a collector.
Yeah, it's a collector, you mustn't take them out of the boxes. These are all the original boxes he's got here. Amazing, Ben, it's really, really good. Now guys, as I said earlier, what Ben's trying to do is he's trying to get his collection housed in like a museum. Now there is a place in Eastbourne where it used to be like an adventure park, and he wants to house a museum and do like a little adventure park as well, don't you? It
used to be called Fault Fun.
Yeah.
We want to change it into Mr. Manland.
Mr. Manland, that'd be cool. So yeah, you just imagine the potential for that, guys. And you can all bring your kids, or all you little kids watching could come there as well.
And it's gone through the generations. From this generation right to that generation. You know?
Including hitting your generation on the way through.
Yes.
Now, why do you like them so much? I mean, yeah, they've captured a lot of people.
I think it's because my mum first read them to me as a child when I was 4 or 5 years of age, and a little bit younger as well, because you know you start reading them, at Tot's age and things. And what it is it's the bright, colourful characters, the smiley faces, and it's all like the morals of the stories as well, because they have such lovely morals and they teach kids, for example, Mr. Nosy not to be so nosy. Yeah,
that is something we could probably do with more of today. More morals in the stories, not just silliness. Well guys, this is Ben, this is Mr. Ben's Mr. Men collection. I'm Uncle Bumble, and you've been absolutely brilliant. So we're going to go back to the studio and sign off, alright guys? So, or should we do it here? Right, we're going to sign off now guys. So, Ben, you've been practiced at this now. What do we have to do?
Slap that like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell.
Yeah, and Connor's going to be happy because you didn't do like you normally do. Because he does. Right guys, so until next time, be good, be safe.
See ya. Okay, so they cost. Can we do a cut?
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah. Because
Can't
Mum knows
remember.
I can't remember. I'll need to go and ask Mum.